1 p.m. Pakistan Standard Time. Assalamu alaikum. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Abdurrafe Sohail. First, the headlines. Pakistan has urged the world community to extend support to end humanitarian crisis in Afghanistan. United Nations has called for additional funding to meet urgent needs of flood-affected people in Pakistan. In Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir, Indian police have launched raids at multiple locations in 3 districts. Asia-Pacific leaders have called for an end of Russia-Ukraine war and pledged to steer the region's economies towards sustainable growth. And the FIFA World Cup begins in Qatar tomorrow with opening match between the host country and Ecuador at Al Khor City. And now the news in detail. Pakistan has called for steps to end the deepening humanitarian crisis in Afghanistan, saying the country's economy should be revived as a matter of priority. Addressing the United Nations Security Council Arya Formula meeting, Pakistan's permanent representative to the UN, Munir Akram, urged the international community to fulfill the UN Secretary General's appeal for over $4 billion in humanitarian assistance to Afghanistan. The meeting was convened by Russia on preventing economic collapse and exploring prospects for recovery and development in Afghanistan. The United Nations has called for additional funding to meet the urgent needs of flood-affected people in Pakistan. The UN Deputy Spokesperson Farhan Aziz Haq told reporters during his regular briefing in New York that the UN's $816 million humanitarian appeal has been funded by only 21%. Giving an update on flood situation in Pakistan, he said more than 3 months since the devastating floods began, the catastrophe is far from over. The spokesperson said the United Nations is calling for additional funding to maintain the life-saving response. Pakistan's ambassador to the United States, Masood Khan, has said the recent momentum in Pak-US relations has opened up vistas for opportunities in furthering bilateral cooperation between the two countries in critical areas. Addressing a webinar, he said Pakistan-US Green Alliance can potentially serve to revolutionize agriculture sector of Pakistan with the help of US expertise. Popular commercial theatre comedian Tariq Teddy passed away in Lahore today after prolonged illness. In her condolence message, Minister for Information and Broadcasting Maryam Aurangzeb expressed deep grief and sorrow over the death of the famous comedian. She said Tariq Teddy played brilliant roles in stage plays and Punjabi films and brought smiles to the people's faces with his humor and artistry. In Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir, Indian police have launched house raids at multiple locations in 3 different districts. According to Kashmir Media Service, the Indian police, accompanied by the personnel of paramilitary forces, are carrying out searches at different locations in Srinagar, Islamabad and Kulgam districts. In Srinagar, the police teams are searching the residences of journalists and other civilians. In India, the Guwahati High Court has slammed police for demolishing homes of several Muslims in Assam. The police, along with administration of Nagaon district, had demolished the homes of Muslims in May this year on the fake allegations of setting the Batadraba police station on fire. Chief Justice R.M. Chaya, in his remarks, said using excavators and bulldozers to demolish houses in the guise of investigation was not provided in any criminal law. He said it seems nobody in this country is safe. Asia-Pacific leaders have called for an end of Russia-Ukraine war and pledged to steer the region's economies towards sustainable growth. This came at a joint declaration issued after a meeting of Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation in Bangkok. In Syria, 4 soldiers have been killed and 1 injured in Israeli strikes on military posts in the coastal and central regions. According to these state agencies, Syrian air defenses responded to Israeli aggression, which also caused material damage. The FIFA World Cup 2022 begins in Qatar tomorrow with the opening match between the host country and Ecuador at Al Bayt Stadium in Al Khor City. Qatar has spent over $229 billion on the largest infrastructure project in World Cup history. The World Tournament matches will be played in 8 host cities of Qatar. 32 best teams from all over the world are participating in the tournament, which is divided into 8 groups. And that is all for now. For more news and analysis, log on to our website radio.gov.pk and also watch live video streaming of our bulletins on the link facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News Official.